Greece? No. Is it the French Riviera? No. Is it Turkey? Switzerland? Rome? No, it's all Yugoslavia, a fascinating blend of all that attracts the traveler to Europe. Yugoslavia, a land of 19 million people, lies south of Austria and east of Italy across the Adriatic. There is Belgrade, the capital. Zagreb, the second largest city. Sarajevo, where Europe meets the Orient. Dubrovnik, the gem of the Adriatic. These and more in a land as old as Greece and Troy.
Struggle in Yugoslavia pits the republics of Croatia and Slovenia, which are the most westernized, against the largest republic, Serbia, which dominates the Yugoslav army. The desire for independence is not new. It is rooted in ethnic, economic, and religious differences that go back hundreds of years.
Day because my grandmother passed today. Her name was Milena Mage. The last time I saw her was this summer. I was very fortunate the last 3 years since COVID to be able to go back to Croatia, spend a lot of time with her. Which, because I moved to the US when I was 19, I haven't really been able to see my family a lot. So I'm very grateful for the last 3 years. So yeah, my grandma was very much, ever since she divorced my grandfather, she got herself a twin-size bed. She never invited a man into her house. She made me promise her that I would never get married, that if I was gonna be with someone, I would have my own apartment. I could have a boyfriend, but we would have separate bank accounts. I would always be independent. And my grandma just did not trust men at all. And when I told her that I got admitted, I called her and when I got admitted to Columbia and I got $80,000 in scholarships, she obviously didn't understand what Columbia was. I told her it was like a really, awesome institution. She was really happy, but she didn't really understand what that was. But the main reason that I wanted to go to school and get educated and be independent and all these things is because of the life that my grandma lived and the life that my mom lived, which was, two uneducated women who didn't have many options in life, and I wanted something different.
More Turkish than the Turks, visitors have said of Sarajevo. To see the markets, the fezes, the people, and the mixtures remind you that in this country, Europe stands face to face with the East. 2 million Yugoslavs are Muslim, 5 million are Catholic, and 7 million belong to the Orthodox Church. Nightlife. Dining in Yugoslavia provides a tremendous diversity. The specialties of a dozen completely different regions are on the bill of fare. Whole meals, including wine, often cost less than $1. The authentic Turkish coffee, a ritual in Yugoslavia. You drink it everywhere and at any time of the day or night.
Oh. This is Bosnian coffee. This is a traditional Bosnian coffee pot. It's used in Turkey, certain Middle Eastern Arabic countries, Greece.
Why do you use it?
I use it because whenever I've had coffee, whenever I used to drink coffee, I would always drink it with my grandmother or one of my aunts, and it was always Bosnian coffee, so it reminds me of home. And it's good. It's the best coffee. So another thing, when you're diasporan and you don't live in your so-called home country or the country of your ethnic identity, is that when an elder in your family dies, you also get more separated from your culture, because the younger generations are all born in the West, so we've been more westernized. My sister is very westernized, so I think about that a lot with when my mom passes. I don't know, I'm going to lose such a big part of my culture, because most of my aunts and uncles have passed, all my grandparents have passed, so what is my real tie to Bosnia or Croatia anymore at this point? Not to say I don't have family, absolutely I do in those countries, but not as close as I would like to, so that is a major thing. That happens when people who are diasporan, who live in other countries, you just lose a part of your identity.
Great bridges and highways, part of the government's far-sighted road building program, aim to bring all of Yugoslavia's scenic wonders within easy reach of visitors. Near Sarajevo lies Mostar, the city on the bridge. The bridge has stood for 400 years.
I left my home in Sweden when I was 19 and came to New York. I started off at BMCC, Borough of Manhattan Community College, and then I got my 4-year degree at Hunter, also in CUNY. Throughout college, I was a full-time nanny, and even after graduating CUNY, I was a full-time nanny. I was struggling a lot after graduation because of immigration-related difficulties. I was even homeless at one point as a result. At that time, I was sleeping in a car with my best friend, who is one of the very few people in the U.S. that I consider to be family. I'm now at Columbia, starting a nonprofit where I hope to support other first-gen and low-income students in accessing higher education. The American dream.
Hot underwater springs swelling up from the bottom of the sea make Yugoslavia's Riviera. This is the Dalmatian coast on the Adriatic Sea. Its beauty, its wines, and its sunshine, all are incomparable. The golden white city of Dubrovnik has been called the loveliest sight on any seashore. A Christian fortress since the days of Constantine, its ramparts and towers and walls and houses have been gilded by time.
Since Colombia, it's been sad to say, life-changing, because, and I say sad to say because it's sad that an institution that not everyone has access to can be so powerful and life-changing. But that's also my idea with Fund U, is to create more of those opportunities for low-income and first-gen students and people like myself. So, but yeah, I've had incredible opportunities. I'm in Hillary Clinton's class inside the Situation Room. I've gained some incredible mentors. I started my business because of entrepreneurs at Columbia. One of my professors is the CEO of Meetup. And yeah, I'm actually enrolled in a class now, an entrepreneurship class where they give you a lot of great skills if you want to start your own business or your own nonprofit or whatever you want to do. The opportunities really are endless. Do I want to stay in America? America was always my country since I got here, because it was a country that I was accepted in. It was a country that gave me a lot of opportunities that I didn't have in Sweden, which sounds really interesting for people who have heard so many amazing things about Sweden. And don't get me wrong, it is a great country, but it is for sure harder for people who come from my type of background to make it in Sweden. And in America, there was a lot of opportunities. In New York specifically, I mean, now I'm at Columbia with almost a fully paid scholarship. So this country has definitely given me a lot of opportunities. But in terms of staying here, I don't know if that's something I want to do, considering the political climate of the country right now. The political institutions, the gun violence is really bad. The lack of legislation when it comes to gun reform, I think specifically with Uvalde last year, was a wake-up call. And I mean, I am studying policy at Columbia, so it's really disheartening that things are not getting better in this country. So I don't know if I'll stay, or I heard Canada's nice. That's my end.